Good morning. Have you ever not really been in the mood to be sold something? I feel like that most of the time. We get things shoved in our faces and it's not really where we want to be. We're doing something else with our lives and people just kind of throw shit at you, right? You don't want that. So, what we're going to look at today is this idea of need states. And the truth is that most people aren't ready to buy now. Maybe on a good day, 5% of people that are in your market might want to buy. That leaves a whole bunch of people that don't, whether they're in your market or they're out of it, or they don't even know you exist, right? There's a lot of people that just simply aren't interested. And you're sitting there putting stuff out saying, why aren't people buying? Well, because they don't want to. They've got other things to do, there's other things more important. So what do? You've got to create all this content, right? Apparently. Content. Well, you don't. You've got to create the right content at the right time. But what does that really mean? Right? What do you do when you're creating content for people that don't want to buy your product? Because remember that like 3 to 15% of people are ready to purchase. A whole bunch of people who are not, right? Those people ready to purchase are in market. Everybody else, you might call them affinity markets or people that don't know anything about you. So yeah, 3% of people that are kind of looking for stuff are ready to buy. That's not a whole bunch of people. Which is fine. That's the way it is. You can't change that. What are you going to give people when they aren't looking for stuff? So what does it mean for your brand? What do you need to do? Tough question. I can't sell anything. People don't want it. They're not in the mood for it. I'm just going to annoy them. So what are people doing? What are they doing online? Most of the time, going to any place at all, anyone's got an excuse to do anything. They'll be doom scrolling all day long, right? Looking for things, whatever channel they're on, doesn't matter. They're just looking. Every now and then they might laugh, cry, whatever. That's cool. They're just looking at things to kind of go through the day. And what are they doing with the stuff that they're looking at, right? There's a couple of things that they might be looking at. And this is really what you need to think about. What do you look at? It used to be the cat meme, which has now become a meme of a meme. But what are you looking for, right? Not really anything in particular. People are filling time, probably wasting time. But you could be doing something like this. You could be solving a problem for them. You could be giving them something interesting to look at. It might be getting them used to the category, right? Did you know that this happened? And you could tell them a cool story, right? If you use storytelling to say, hey, look what we did. It's like, oh, that's interesting. Not really my bag, but that's amazing that this company or that thing did this. And you might even be able to introduce your business name here. So somewhere in the mix, the name Refinery pops up, or whatever you're called, right? And you're just telling a story. You're solving a problem through a narrative. Okay, you're not asking them to buy anything. It should be engaging because they're not there to buy from you, right? They just want to be entertained or something like that. And that's kind of the next thing, that if you're not solving problems, you really need to entertain them. Make them laugh, make them cry, make them do something. And that could be any kind of content, right? You've got to do something that fits with your brand, but it could be anything. So think about what that entertainment value might be when you're setting your narrative, when you're setting your story. Of course, another thing that's very helpful when people aren't buying, but they're doing their work, when they're not doom scrolling, is they're actually looking for things, they're doing research, they want to be informed. So if you can give people stuff that like helps them, could be some piece of software like a mortgage calculator, could be information, could be downloadable PDFs, whatever it is, right? Give them stuff that's interesting, that helps them. If it's on YouTube, you've got a YouTube to find that information all the time. Give them something they can use to solve their problem, inform them, make their lives better, right? Because once they've done this and they get to the point where their state changes or they become in market, so that's their need state. Their state is now, I need this thing. I need to know more about this. I think this might help me do my business better. They're going to do the old Google, right? Or whatever it is that they're going to be using to search. And now when they're searching and they've seen you because you've done these other cool things for them, you kind of come to the top. They might even search your name if they remember that. That would be rad. If they don't, they know the category because you've used the right words. They know what to search for. And when they search for that, they're going to find you because the words that you've told them to use in your informative, entertaining story live on your website, right? And live in your ads and etc. etc. So it all kind of ties back to our cunning plan. Once they've done the Google, they're going to pop along to your website, hopefully. And what should you do there? Oh, give them something, right? It doesn't matter what it is. Podcast's a great example. Let them sign up for something. Newsletter, podcast, video, downloadables, where it's not seriously intensive and it doesn't require interaction and it doesn't involve me going to your website and seeing a form knowing that I'm going to get a phone call from you trying to sell me something. I don't really want that. Most people don't. So don't do it. Give something away, right? If you can't give something away that adds value to people's lives without worrying about protecting your IP, you really don't have a lot of IP. There's nothing in this world that isn't that serious that you can't give it away, and if it's really, really good IP, people are going to come back to you and ask you, well, this is great, but how do I use it, okay? You could give me the manual to a lawnmower tomorrow, I still can't build one. I don't want to, and even if I did, I just don't have the time, probably the resources. By the time I've bought the materials to do it, I may as well go and buy one, right, or ask someone to help me. So don't be afraid of giving stuff away, no big deal, okay? Why do you do this? Well, all these things that you're doing give this trust. You're creating a bond, you're creating a space between the two of you with the potential customer or the person starts to believe in you and trust what you do because you've given them stuff, you've helped them, you've solved a problem, you've shown them how you kind of live in the world and make the world a better place and could make their world a better place. That's really cool, right? You're helpful. Being helpful is a rad thing to do. So when you're putting out content, okay, think about that only 3 to 15% of people who want the product that you're selling might want it right now. Think about how you can reach the other people that aren't in the market to buy things now and, you know, inform them and entertain them and give them stuff, make their lives better. You know, everyone's lives are tough, so make it better for them. Once you've done that and they eventually find you, give them another bunch of stuff for nothing. Invite them to trust you, because when they trust you, they will use you. And when they use you, they'll sign up, and then they'll be one of those 3 to 15% of people that are actually using your service. And once you've got them, how you keep them is great value, great service. Don't be a dick. And carry on being consistent, right? If you do those things, the customers will come, the work will flow, and you'll be able to do what you do really well. And that's the thing that you run, own, manage, do, right? Happy days. If you want to know more, head along to refinery23.nz, or you can drop me an email, clint@refinery23.nz. Have an amazing day.